April 19, 1943, Rabaul Airfield, New Britain Island. The sun had barely risen when the radio operator burst into the command tent, his face pale. Message from Bougainville. Admiral Yamamoto's plane has not returned. Captain Kenji Tanaka froze. Around him, the chatter of ground crews fell silent. The words hung in the humid air like smoke. Impossible, Tanaka muttered. He was escorted. The skies were ours. But deep down, every pilot on the field knew the Americans had done something extraordinary. By noon, confirmation arrived. The wreckage had been found in the jungle, the admiral's body burned, but recognizable. The commander of the Imperial Japanese Navy was dead. Tanaka walked out to the runway, the heat wavering above the tarmac. Around him, Zero sat gleaming under the sun. Beautiful, delicate, deadly, and suddenly, fragile. He looked upward. At 30,000 feet, far beyond the reach of his beloved Zero, the new American Predator ruled. A fighter that could fly faster, strike harder, and vanish before a Japanese pilot could even react. He remembered laughing once, mocking the strange twin-tailed aircraft. But now, all he could do was stare at the sky that no longer belonged to him. June 1943, Hendersonfield, Guadalcanal. Lieutenant Lanfear stood beside his P-38, the morning breeze ruffling his flight jacket. The Lightning's silver skin was scarred with bullet holes and oil stains, but she was alive and victorious. A reporter from the Stars and Stripes snapped a photo as Lanfear and Rex Barber shook hands. Both men smiled faintly, their eyes distant. They knew they had not just killed a man, they had altered the balance of a war. The P-38 Lightning had become legend overnight. No longer mocked, it was now feared across the Pacific. Pilots called it the fork-tailed devil. Its twin engines thundered across the skies from the Solomons to the Philippines, escorting bombers, strafing convoys, and striking from heights where the air was thin and the world below seemed to crawl. The Japanese tried to adapt, lighter Zeros, better tactics, but the tide had turned. The empire that once ruled the Pacific skies now looked up and saw its doom, shaped like a silver cross in the clouds. Late 1944, over Leyte Gulf, the Pacific was burning. Hundreds of P-38s roared through the smoke, escorting B-24 bombers toward enemy convoys. Their contrails carved white scars across the sky, the symbol of a new air age. In one formation, a young American pilot traced his fingers over a name stenciled beneath the cockpit. Lightning never strikes twice. He grinned beneath his oxygen mask and pushed the throttle forward. Somewhere down below, a Japanese pilot looked up and saw it, that unmistakable twin tail gleaming in the sun. He didn't laugh this time. He banked hard, praying to find cover in the clouds. But the Lightning was already diving. The roar came first, then the flash. And once again, from 30,000 feet, the monster they had mocked came screaming down like judgment itself, swift, merciless, inevitable. Because the truth of war, as both sides had learned, was simple. Speed and mercy don't coexist. And in the thin air above the Pacific, the P-38 Lightning showed the world what happens when power meets precision, and lightning strikes from heaven.